SMT Nation, thanks for tuning into this edition of the channel. We welcome you back and happy to bring this video to you here today as changes at Verizon are ongoing. This is not the first, this is not the second or the third of executive movement within the company over the recent past and, currently what's going on with the company. I don't want to, I don't want to sound an alarm. I don't know exactly what's going on internally, but I can tell you guys that things have changed, faces have changed structurally, the company. There could be some things that are changing with the executive team. That being said, there is one face that remains constant, and I think it's about time we talk about this from the outside looking in. I don't have much internally to discuss, but we can kind of look at the future, what this means for the company today and moving forward. All right, so Verizon taps so wow, this is a tough name. There's a lot of syllables here. Sominarian Sampath, Mr. Sampath, all due respect, to lead Verizon Business. All right, this article is from Monica Alvin, and this is Fierce Wireless. I'll link that in the description. Okay, so we have a new EVP and CEO of Verizon Business, and this is effective July 1st. Now, the important thing here is that we understand that Verizon's former EVP and CEO of the business segment was Tammy Irwin, and she essentially resigned. She is going to stay. Well, she planned to stay with the company through the year and leave at the end of the year. And that was based on her tweets and her press statement. Now it looks like she's being accelerated out in a way. Maybe I'm off on this, but I thought she would hold the position till the end of the year, and then her successor would then take over her post. But it looks like this sounds different. This sounds to me exactly like what happened to Ronan Dunn, who was the former CEO of the consumer side, and he was, I say non-ceremoniously relieved of his duties. This isn't that, but like it feels accelerated. Like she should have wrote out the year, whatever plans she had to execute, just to tie up loose ends. But they're going to bring in Mr. Sampath here pretty quickly. Okay, so after 35 years with the company and whatever other previous companies were associated with Verizon, Tammy steps down, and she was really great, from what I understand. A lot of industry experts really respect her. She was a true breadwinner for the company, even when the company was struggling with like net gains and market share. The Verizon business side always was successful, and she always did really good. So filling her shoes is going to be tough, but from what I can tell, it seems to be a fine, successor, and it's a good choice. Chairman and CEO Hans Vestberg. Now, I guess Simpath will report directly to him in Irwin's role. And it says here that he brings more than 2 decades of experience in digital transformation, critical network infrastructure on behalf of business customers to this new role at Verizon, plus extensive knowledge of products and their role in power enterprise growth and global security. What I would question, if I was able to ask, Hans Vestberg here, what does Mr. Sampath possess that could at least match and be as good as Tammy was? Because I don't know if anybody could have done a better job than her, from what I could tell. All right, Sampath came to Verizon in 2014 as a chief revenue officer for Verizon Business, so he's been on that side of the house before, or he's been there. Obviously, it looks like he understands the money side of things. Relentless focus on customer needs is what they're saying here. And it says he did a stint as CFO at Verizon Media Group before becoming president of Global Enterprise. Now, in and of itself, being the CFO of the worst part of the company, Verizon Media Group. All right, so we're talking about, what was that? That was Bloomberg, that was Huffington Post, uh, Yahoo, all of that stuff, which they completely just got rid of. The Go 90, all that, it's all gone, right? And they took their losses, and they just focus on wireless now. All right, he is credited with spearheading the commercial launch of Verizon's 5G networks and multi-access edge computing solutions, which is good. So this stuff bodes well for him, I suppose. I don't really see much of an issue here with the hire. It seems like a fine hire. I don't have any problems with it. I don't know. So here's where I want to go with this. Verizon Business, which is one of the most or is the most successful part about Verizon, right? They're the only part of Verizon that actually grows because consumer doesn't and Fios doesn't. He's replacing the person who is running that show. And with all this switching up of the ranks and all these new appointments, I guess there's some other stuff here. Chief Product Officer at Verizon Business, Dabika Bhattacharya. These names are challenging. I really don't know how to pronounce them properly. I'm sorry. But like network as a service framework, edge compute, 5G, IoT, it makes sense that they're bringing up those individuals that could be leading these new revenue streams and giving Verizon the opportunity to get out and ahead of a lot of these 5G applications and 5G business streams. So this makes total sense in that respect. But I think this calls back to something really important. There's only one person who essentially is staying in the same position, and all the other parts are moving, parts are leaving, and it's Hans Vestberg. He's he's the one making all these decisions. You know what I mean? So like Ronan Dunn, Tammy leaving, whether these people are leaving on their own or they're being, unceremoniously removed or relieved of their duties, it's all him, right? He's making these decisions. And Verizon, from what I understand, and this is all just completely speculative, it's not official till it's official, but it appears that Verizon is not having a good quarter. And if that indeed is the case, that's two bad quarters in a row. That's something that Verizon has never had. I think those things bode really problematic for Hans Vestberg as the CEO. There's a lot of pressure on him. He leads the biggest carrier in the country. And I mean, there's a lot of pressure on CEOs as it is. John Stankey of AT&T, which is a huge company. Mike Sievert of T-Mobile, a very large company now with the merger of Sprint. There's a lot of pressure on these people to produce. And you look at the share price, right? The stock price of Verizon, it has gone absolutely nowhere under Hans Vestberg. It is stuck in the mud. The only thing we could say that has shown upside is the fixed wireless access, and it's still very early to call that. They had a good quarter last quarter. They're going to have to build on that this quarter. And by the way, how does any of this covered in today's video, support, more of that type of growth and that positivity? I don't know. But the way I look at it is like this. If Vestberg changes all these people, moves all these pieces around, and things don't change or get better, then he's spinning his wheels. And again, I'm not saying that the dude's going to get fired, relieved of his duties or anything. I don't know about anything like that. I'm an outsider. I'm on the outside looking in, and I'm seeing all these changes with all these little micromanagement parts, and I don't necessarily see how any of them are going to transform and change Verizon's direction. I don't see it. Now, Verizon's a finely run company. I don't really see much of a problem. You know, T-Mobile is a marketing machine and they grow. They're going to work on improving their profitability. We know that that's their MO. Fixed wireless access, mobile growth, they just got to work on their profits. You know what I mean? And then for AT&T, it's about becoming more profitable, bringing value to the shareholders. You guys know the AT&T way, right? So like, what is Verizon's thing? What are they going to do here? They're not really. I don't see the direction here, and they've been focusing on becoming more profitable, but they're not growing. And I think that's essentially why the company appears to be a dinosaur. What growth vectors do they have outside of some fixed wireless access? And they've got competition there with T-Mobile. That's real. So this has kind of turned into a two-part video, right? Verizon making moves, the successor of Tammy Irwin on the business side. How does all this impact Verizon's executive structure? How does it impact the future of their business model and their business plans and just the company as a whole? And then the second part to this is what's going to be their identity moving forward? Are they ever going to change? Are they ever going to look to grow? Are they ever going to do something different? Or are they going to stick with the Hans Vestberg way, which is just focus on profitability, premium upsell, and all those things? Is that ever going to change? I don't know. We'll have to see. We're tracking it. You guys know we'll bring it to you here on the SMT YouTube channel. Go ahead and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on anything I discussed, the commentary, the news. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. You all, the voice of the people, the SMT Nation, let your voice be heard. Thanks again for watching, and please give this video a like and a share if you want to help out the channel. That really does. And subscribe for more and turn on the bell notifications to never miss an upload. Links for my Twitter handle and my Patreon page is there if you want to support us and get early access and exclusives not found anywhere else. And then all business inquiries can go to the Gmail address in the description box. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Peace.